After 7 years, Hasbro finally gives us a brand new 90s inspired Psylocke action figure in the 2025 Gamerverse release. But is it good enough to replace the old 2018 Apocalypse Wave Psylocke? In this video, I compare every major Hasbro Psylocke release to date, including the Uncanny X-Force 3-pack, the 60th anniversary X-Men team uniform, and the 2024 Lady Mandarin, to see if this updated sculpt is the ultimate version or just the best looking one. Since 2018, this has basically been the go-to Psylocke for most collectors. I skipped her at that time because honestly, in photos I thought the Marvel Select looked better. The head sculpt didn't scream Psylocke to me. Definitely not the Jim Lee version which I had in mind. But today, I'm eating my words. She might not match the classic comic book look exactly, but compared to the Uncanny X-Force Psylocke, this head sculpt actually looks pretty. But holistically, can she hold her own against the new Gamerverse Psylocke? Let's find out side by side, starting with the sculpt, or some of us like to say, the curves. Let's break down the body first. The biggest differences you'll notice right away are the body proportions. The new 2025 Gamerverse Psylocke features a much fuller, more athletic sculpt compared to the 2018 Apocalypse Wave Psylocke, which has a thinner, almost delicate frame. The Gamerverse costume really highlights Psylocke's shape. It's form-fitting and dynamic, while the 2018 version feels more basic. The design doesn't quite hug the figure in the same way. And here's the big upgrade. Literally, the 2025 Psylocke actually has sculpted costume details on the torso. She's not just a lady in body paint. Meanwhile, the 2018 Psylocke, she's practically just painted on blue costume and straps with smudgy lines. It gets messy. The strap paint isn't sharp and the color of the torso doesn't even match the limbs. While the 2018 version has that more comic accurate skin tone, the mismatched flesh tones across the body makes it feel less premium. The 2025 Gamerverse Psylocke goes with a lighter, almost snowy skin tone. And while there is some mismatch in paint, especially where the blue plastic of the torso bleeds into the upper shoulders and thighs, it's still a massive improvement over what we got in 2018. Bottom line, Hasbro has clearly leveled up in both sculpt and paint since then. The sculpted costume lines on the 2025 Gamerverse Psylocke are seriously impressive, especially from the back. This is where you really see the upgrade over the 2018 Apocalypse Wave version. The detailing is crisp, clean, and gives her costume actual texture, unlike the flat paint job on the older figure. And let's talk about those athletic legs. The Gamerverse Psylocke brings a powerful, well-proportioned lower body that looks fantastic and feels true to her fighting game design. It's a big visual step up from the slimmer frame of the 2018 figure. One clever update Hasbro made is the upper thigh swivel, now hidden between the sculpted straps. It blends in seamlessly, unlike the 2018 version where the straps weren't just painted on, they were often sloppy and misaligned, and there is no hidden thigh swivel. The 2018 Psylocke comes with a separate red sash, a nice nod to her classic 90s comic book look, where her belt matched that iconic deep red. Meanwhile, the 2025 Gamerverse Psylocke features a sculpted-on belt painted in pink, which reflects her video game appearance. And as I always say in the comments of the recent Gamerverse Psylocke reviews, if you miss out on the Gamerverse Psylocke vs Thanos 2-pack, don't stress. I fully expect Hasbro to eventually reissue this figure with a red belt to match her 90s comic colors. It's practically tradition by now. Another big upgrade, the articulation. She now has an ab crunch, something that the 2018 Psylocke completely lacks. The new ab crunch makes a huge difference, especially when posing her in dynamic stances like a mid-fight twist or even that classic pose you'll witness in the gym. The 2025 Psylocke finally gets pinless double-jointed elbows, unlike the 2018 version which only had single-jointed elbows. Thanks to this, she can actually pull up that Wakanda Forever style cross-arm pose that shows up in one of her comic book appearances. She also gets double-jointed pinless knees, which is another solidly forward. The 2018 version does have pins, but they're somewhat hidden since they match the leg color. Still, it's clear Hasbro's engineering has evolved. Some collectors in the comments have pointed out that the new Gamerverse Psylocke looks shorter, but in reality, she's almost the same height as the 2018 version. The illusion comes down to proportions. The 2018 Psylocke has a slimmer, more elongated looking legs, which makes her appear taller at a glance. Meanwhile, the Gamerverse Psylocke has a more muscular athletic build, which gives her a stronger presence, even if the actual height difference is barely noticeable. As I mentioned in my Gamerverse Psylocke vs Mapex and Marvel Select comparison, the two head sculpts on this 2025 Gamerverse Psylocke are absolutely gorgeous. The sculpt work, the expression, and even the eye color feels modern and premium, in contrast to the 2018 Psylocke, which is starting to show her age. She only comes with one calm head sculpt featuring cyan blue eyes that looks a bit flat next to the more vibrant purple eyes of the Gamerverse version, which is inkjet printed. The difference in quality is clear. Thinking of upgrading the 2018 body with a new Gamerverse head sculpt? Is a head swap even possible? Stick around, in the second part of this review, we'll test it out and see what works. When it comes to accessories, the Gamerverse Psylocke definitely comes out ahead. She includes 5 hands compared to just 2 with the 2018 Apocalypse Wave version Psylocke. The Psi butterfly effect from 2018 now feels dated, next to the slicker, more detailed Gamerverse effect. Same goes for the Psi knife. The newer sculpt just looks sharper and more dynamic, nicely translucent purple plastic. The only real edge of the 2018 Psylocke is the Psi sword. But the Gamerverse Psylocke makes up for it with 2 elaborate, game-accurate Psi knives that looks incredible in action figure poses. Bottom line, the 2025 Gamerverse Psylocke doesn't just outperform the 2018 version, she straight up retires her. Whether that means the shelf or eBay, that's up to you. At one point, the 2018 Apocalypse Wave Psylocke was hitting prices of almost up to $100 on eBay, a true grail for many collectors. But recently, her value has started to dip, with listing now hovering around $70. What do you think? Will the price keep dropping now that the Gamerverse Psylocke is out? Drop your prediction in the comments below. How low do you think she will go? I hope you stick around for the second part of this review where I will compare her with other Psylockes and perform a kitbash. Did you find this comparison review useful? If you do, please give this review a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends. For places where the figures in this review might still be available, I left some links in the description below. The Gamerverse Psylocke is a Target exclusive in America. I'm Tigerknight! After comparing the 2025 Gamerverse Psylocke with the 2018, let's compare her to the 2020 Uncanny X-Force 3-pack Psylocke. The 2020 Psylocke still suffers with the fragile-looking thin body compared to the 2025 Gamerverse Psylocke, which has muscular and well-defined body. The paint is okay with the X-Force Psylocke, except it really feels flat, especially here on the legs. The Uncanny X-Force Psylocke has a white belt, which is a separate piece, but it is tightly positioned around her waist. The legs still has those double jointed pins. The 2020 Uncanny X-Force 3-pack Psylocke with Nimrod and Phantomex was supposed to be an upgrade of this version. There is something about the black costume design which makes it feel like it's a different body mold I think it is the same. And hopefully when Hasbro creates a Uncanny X-Force Psylocke again, they use the Gamerverse body. For accessories, the Uncanny X-Force Psylocke has 3 hands, compared to the old 2018 Psylocke which only has 2. This time around, this 2020 Psylocke comes with a weapon holding left hand. The 2018 only comes with 1 weapon holding hand, and that's the right hand. The only Marvel Legends Psylocke that closely resembles her comic book look is the 2023 60th Anniversary X-Men Psylocke Team Uniform. This is one of the best looking Marvel Legends Psylocke, and I thought Hasbro will repaint this body to create a 1990s Psylocke to replace this old Apocalypse Build-A-Figure Psylocke, and I was gladly wrong because they came out with a better, newer, well-defined body mode for the Gamerverse Psylocke. The Gamerverse Psylocke is like going from economy to first class, a full body upgrade in all the right places, the sculpt, the curves, the overall presence. It's a serious step up from this 2023 version. But that does not mean the 2023 version is a bad version. It's actually really good compared to the prior Psylocke action figures. But the Gamerverse body upgrade is a much welcome improvement compared to the past Psylocke body molds. The final comparison is with Lady Mandarin. It's not a one-to-one type of comparison because they have different costumes. The Lady Mandarin costume is a more conservative costume compared to the Gamerverse Psylocke, but Hasbro did not hold back in terms of giving her so much details in terms of her armor. There is paint wash on her cape. Although she wears a full body armor, Hasbro sculpted her upper torso to show that she is indeed Lady Mandarin. There is a lot of sculpted details on her arms and legs. The sculpted blue armor is a nod to her Japanese roots. It's really an impressive Lady Mandarin action figure. The cape though is not cloth, so it does hinder her articulation, which is why she won't benefit from having a ab crunch at all. This one is very restrictive and you cannot see her behind, but it doesn't really matter because of the costume. Definitely in that comparison battle, the Gamerverse Psylocke wins it by a landslide. But the question is, in accessories, does she win as well? Just like the Gamerverse Psylocke, Lady Mandarin comes with a pair of closed fist hands. She also comes with a relaxed head, so she comes with 2 heads just like Gamerverse Psylocke. Lady Mandarin comes with a pair of open palm hands, unlike Gamerverse Psylocke, which does not come with a pair of this. She only comes with 1 open palm left hand. In addition to the repainted psychic knife, Lady Mandarin comes with this smoking lemon orange color effects which you can clip on to her wrist. This is a unique effect piece for Psylocke. For accessories, the Gamerverse Psylocke still wins this battle. Now moving on to some Headswap and Kitbash. You can use the 2018 Psylocke head on the Gamerverse body, but it requires heating for both parts because the head of the 2018 Psylocke has a smaller hole. This means when you use the Gamerverse head on the old Psylocke body, the head will be very loose. It will be difficult to keep the head steady without using sticky tack or blue tack. Of course, the obvious skin color difference makes it not recommendable. On the other hand, what I do recommend is using the elaborate large psychic knives on other Psylocke action figures, just like the 2018 Psylocke right here. You can see there is no problem attaching it to her fist. As shown in my Psylocke vs Thanos review, you can use the effect pieces on the 2023 Psylocke 60th Anniversary X-Men 3-pack. Another perfect kit bash is using the large psychic knives on the evil head Lady Mandarin. This really works well, especially for her menacing look. The Gamerverse Psylocke can also use the unique effect pieces from Lady Mandarin, which is the lemon orange type of effect. Just be careful not to damage it because it's really tight. Probably I needed to heat it up a bit so that the clip of the effect can easily slide onto her. Although I don't think it's worth doing because in the comic books she does not have this look. Was the Headswap and Kitbash useful? If it was, I hope you give this review a like. By now, you've seen everything you need to know about the 2025 Gamerverse Psylocke, from sculpt and articulation to accessories, to help you decide if she deserves a spot in your collection. In this review, I compared her against almost every major Marvel Legends Psylocke release. If you want a deeper dive, check out my review of the Gamerverse Psylocke vs Thanos 2-pack, where we took a very up-close look at her sculpt and details, or watch her go head-to-head with Mafex and Marvel Select versions in the ultimate standard scale Psylocke showdown. For all things Psylocke, I put together a dedicated playlist. Just click the link in the top right corner of your screen. This marks my third review featuring the Gamerverse Psylocke, and yeah, I'm blaming the delay of the Fantastic Four First Step action figures for giving me the extra time. But I hope you found it helpful or at least entertaining. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you on the next one.